Hey guys, welcome to Sunday Smiles with Stef. This is the first episode, and the idea for all of this actually started today. The idea came up during the mentorship call with my amazing mentor, Sean Murphy. Shout out to you and thank you for this inspiration. The topic was where do you want your impact to hit, right? What impact do you want to have? And my thought was just to, bring my real me more outside, share with you guys the thoughts that I have, the things that I've learned, the things that impacted me, just to share it out there and maybe make you guys think, right? So today, actually, a crazy story happened, right? And I just had to share that with you guys. And I hope, it helps you to realize that sometimes there's like little small events that happen, little moments that happen throughout the day, and we just brush them off. We don't even further think about it. But if you actually sit down and think about it, or even brainstorm with someone else, that's what I did today, brainstorm with someone else, you'll realize that there's a whole complete meaning behind it that you might not see in the first moment, okay? So I'm gonna just go back and tell you the whole story. So as I mentioned, I was on our mastermind today, right? And, we just spoke about different things, and, the idea for this came up. And then, I don't know why, but I shared the story that last night at 2 a.m. in the morning, I got stung by a wasp. I got stung by a wasp, and yeah, I didn't know. For me, it was just an annoying moment. I didn't, think further about it, right? So Sean was sitting there and, asked me, okay, what time? I was like, it was at 2 a.m. sharp. I looked at my time, it was at 2 a.m. I was already asleep, right? And his thoughts were okay, what's the reference? He was trying to figure out what it was trying to tell me. What was the universe trying to tell me? What was it trying to wake me up from or for, right? And we went back and forth and everything. And the thing that he also mentioned that I also want to give out to you guys, one thing that a lot of us have is that sometimes, something tries to wake us up, but we just turn the light off and go back to sleep, right? That's basically what I did. I've heard I heard something when I went to sleep. And I thought it's probably a fly or something. I turned my light off and went to sleep, right? And the funny story is that 2 days before that, I also had a wasp in my house. And I turned all the lights off, went on my balcony, turned light on out here so the wasp fly out, right? So he said, basically, 2 days ago, I was already given, the opportunity to try to figure out, what's going on. But I let it out the house. And that's what happens with a lot of people, they're given opportunities, but they just let it out the house and don't think about it, right? So, as I said, I went to sleep. And then sometime, I don't know what time it was, I was half asleep. I felt and heard something flying around my head. And I just was doing this, right? And sit up and try to get rid of it. And I did, and I lay back down and went to sleep. And then shortly after, I felt something on my arm, and I brushed it off, and it stung. And we all know, those that got stung by a wasp before, we know it burns, right? It really does. And we were sitting there trying to figure out what it's trying to tell us, and then the crazy part started to happen. Okay, another guy on the call, Bob, said he as well woke up at 2 a.m. the same night, just in a different time zone, but he also woke up at sharp 2 a.m. in the morning and had this thought in his head, okay, why are we angry? What makes us get angry? And Sean kept thinking about that, which led him to ask me, where did the wasp exactly stung you? I told him it was on the arm, but he was since I have all my tattoos here, right? He asked me where exactly. And it was actually right here. I have a suitcase here, all right? And the wasp stung me right here. And the suitcase says world traveler, says adventures, dream. The main word is world traveler, right? And then it just went crazy. And he was like, maybe the universe is just telling you, just get your ass up and, get your ass in gear and just go, right? And my comment to that was, if it would be up to me, if I could, I would just go to the airport right now. And he asked me, what's stopping you? And he knew what it is. Time, I still have a job, finances. And we came to the conclusion that basically that whole incident was there to remind me of my why I started this whole journey in the first place. Why did I start, with trading, with entrepreneurship and everything? Because my main goal is to just travel whenever I want to. Most of my friends live in the States, and I can't, sometimes, like my best friends, I haven't seen them since 2017. It's 2 years, right? And it was just crazy. And he has this ability to, hear a story and look at it from a different perspective. And him telling me that, I kid you not, I was just sitting there, I was just blown away. I was just sitting there speechless, and I couldn't believe it. And it makes sense to me. The universe just reminding me, like, go for it. Like, this is why you started in the first place. And it's painful to not do it, which is true. It's killing me to not be able to travel whenever I want to feel stuck here. It's killing me. It's hurting me. Not going to, my friend's graduation in New York, for example, right? So he said it's painful to not do it. And that's what the stung and the pain was representing, basically. And to remind me, okay, what do I need to do, right? And I'm just sharing this whole story that sometimes you have to look at things from a different perspective, right? And he also said something very cool, because he said a lot of people are stung by their job, but I'm looking at my notes because I was so blown away. He said they're stung by their job, but they get numb by it and just brush it away. And it's just something that I want you guys to think about. And just the whole bigger picture of that, literally, like, the universe sends us messages, but a lot of time we don't realize them. We don't see them. Okay, so once you start opening your mind, and once you also have people around you that, maybe look at it from a different perspective, it makes you think. So that's why I thought this would be a good first episode, to just poke you a little bit, sting you a little bit, basically. That's why the title of this first episode gets Stung by Stef. I want to sting you. Like, think about what is this that you want? What do you have to do to get it? What maybe happened in the last couple hours, the last day, the last week, like a small incident. Like, think back. Maybe there's something that happened that you didn't give much thought about it. And if you find that moment, give it thought. Sit down and try to analyze. Try to see, okay, what could this little thing tell you, right? Because I know this blew me away today. Like, this was a big wow for me. And I'm still blown away, and yeah, just wow. And I just know, like, I'm going to take this as motivation, and as a reminder to just keep going and make it happen, because it's just too painful to not do it. All right. So with that being said, enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you next week. Bye.